6 months after that final, we heard the first reports of what was to become a global pandemic, impacting lives and communities in so many devastating ways. The opera world quickly shut down. The curtains fell on shows. Orchestras were silenced. Dust gathered on stage as opera lost its voice. Very slowly and with tentative steps, theatres and performance spaces are now looking to a time when they can open again. And this seems exactly the right moment for the return of this internationally respected competition.
Now, sadly, the doors here at St David's Hall remain closed to audiences for the time being. But we do have a world-class orchestra, two in fact, and a magnificent stage for our singers. With the competition receiving more entries this time than in normal years, it's safe to say that we can look forward to some breathtaking performances. Just 16 young artists drawn from around the globe have earned their place in Cardiff, and they're all here to prove that opera lives.
Welcome to the first night of BBC Cardiff Singer of the World 2021. Well, this is the 20th edition of the Cardiff Singer competition. Since 1983, this hall has seen so many remarkable performances. We've witnessed time and time again the launch of stellar careers. It all started here for Carita Matala, Dmitry Vorostovsky, Bryn Tervel, Anya Hatteras, Nicole Cabell, Jamie Barton, and many, many more. And on your behalf and mine, a big thank you to this year's singers, most of whom have had to endure 10 days quarantine in order to be here. Not that that ever stopped them singing. It's certainly going to be a little different this year, but talking to the singers on a Zoom call last week, I was able to assure them that though they may not be able to hear it in the hall, at home they will be cheered, applauded and discussed with as much passion as ever by the Cardiff Singer audience.
Yes, we're thrilled you're able to join us to share this week of exceptional singing. Tonight is the first of 4 rounds. The winner of each will take their place in the grand final, which you'll be able to see this coming Saturday. They'll be joined by a 5th singer, the judges' so-called wild card, which will be announced at the end of Wednesday's programme. Now, before we meet tonight's singers, I want to introduce you to the people who'll be making those all-important decisions. Acclaimed Welsh-based baritone Neil Davis, 1991 winner of the Cardiff Singer of the World Song Prize.
I think after the terrible year, 18 months we've had, to hear all those wonderful song performances and the orchestral rounds as well, I think it's going to really give people a great boost to hear live singing again.
From the US, internationally renowned soprano Roberta Alexander.
What's not to love about listening to all these marvelous people singing this marvelous music? Live singing.
And chairing the jury, Aidan Lang, General Director of Welsh National Opera.
The joy of singing with an orchestra is something which you can hear on a recording, but it's not quite the same as seeing someone live do it.
So the judges are poised, as I'm sure you are at home. Many people from the opera world really very sad not to be able to be with us here in Cardiff, including the competition's patron, Dame Kiri Tikanua. She is currently at home in New Zealand, about 2 hours' drive north of Auckland, and she sent this message of support for our singers.
Hello from New Zealand. Although we can't be there in person with you in the hall, we're all going to be watching. There's going to be thousands watching you. So stay concentrated, do your very, very best and sing to the gods and to the stars and make magic for the Cardiff Singer of the World. I'm your patron, Kiriti Kanua, and I send my very, very best wishes. And I'm there, if not in person, but my heart is with you. Lots of love.
Well, she may be on the other side of the world, but I know Dame Kiri will be keeping a very close eye on the performances all week, as I hope you will too. You'll have the chance to have your say when we open voting for your favourite singer in the Dame Joan Sutherland Audience Prize. We'll give you details of that in Wednesday's programme. Tonight we have the Welsh National Opera Orchestra on stage, a little reduced in size this year due to social distancing, but we're delighted to have them with us in this, the company's 75th anniversary year. Michael Christie conducts. Now the singers have waited long enough. Let's meet the 4 singers competing this evening.
Soprano Maria Brea from Venezuela. Representing China, Chuan Wang. Mezzo-soprano Natalia Kutiteladze from Georgia. And our first singer in round 1.
Sabatsano, my name is Akhbay Ringbold and I'm from Mongolia. I'm baritone. It's a huge responsibility to represent Mongolia because I think the audience would receive it as Mongolia's classical music development rather than Akhbay's individual performance. I'm so grateful to be singing at this top-level competition as my first engagement after pandemics.
So, Akhbay Enkbolt from Mongolia opens BBC Cardiff Singer of the World 2021, taking on the role of Rodrigo in Verdi's Grand Opera Don Carlo. The dying Rodrigo's impassioned goodbye, having sacrificed himself for Carlo and for Spain.
Ti salvai. Convien qui dirci, convien qui dirci addio. Oh mio Ci congiunga l'estremo spiro, l'estremo spiro, e tuoi a chi morrà per te. No fa cor, no fa cor l'estremo spiro, lieto a chi morrà per te. Carlo, ascolta, la madre aspetta a San Giusto domani. Tutto lo sa. La terra mi manca, Carlo mio, a me porgi la mano. Scordar di me, non ti scordar. Regnare tutto avevi ed io morir per te. Scordar, oh, la terra mi manca, la mano me a me. Salva la Fiandra, Carlo, addio, ahimè.
A Cardiff singer favourite, that from Don Carlo, an aria famously sung here in the 1989 final by the late Dmitri Vorostovsky. Another declaration of love next from Anchbayer as he performs in Massenet's Erodiad.
Je pourrais la revoir quand oublie sa boutique. Divine volupté à mes regards promise, espérance trop brève qui vient bercir mon cœur et troubler ma raison. Ah, ne t'en fie pas, douce illusion.
And Ank Meyer completes his programme with an aria from Jolanta, Tchaikovsky's final opera. Robert is betrothed to Jolanta, daughter of the King of Provence, but he loves another.
Сравнится с Матильдой моей, сверкающей искрами черных очей, как на небе звезды осенних ночей. Со страстной негой дивно полна, мне все опьяняет, мне все опьяняет и жжет. Вино, она только взглянет, как молния ранит, и пламя любви зардеет в крови. Она засмеется, или песни сольется, и жемчуга врат лицо осветет. Счастью без мер, без конца и границ. Может сравниться с Матильдой моей, сверкающей искрами черных очей, как на небе звезды осенних ночей. Все страстною негой не дивно полно, не все опьяняет, не все опьяняет и жжет, как вино, и жжет, как вино.
Mongolian baritone Ank Meyer ending his Cardiff Singer of the World entry, singing from Tchaikovsky's opera Jolanta. It is very strange not to have that deafening roar of applause from the St David's Hall audience. A smattering, though, from the orchestra on stage and from the dozen or so Cardiff Singer of the World staff here in the hall. Well, Ank Meyer was the first singer to arrive here in Cardiff over 2.5 weeks ago. He had his quarantine, then a long wait. But what a way to start this year's competition. I'm delighted to say I've been joined by a very special guest this evening, the Welsh Queen of Song, Welsh soprano Rebecca Evans. Welcome back to Cardiff Singer of the World. You're very much part of the family of this competition. First of all, how thrilling. An orchestra on stage and someone singing.
It's absolutely glorious. And actually, I felt so emotional just at the beginning of that piece to have the wash of music all over me. You know, it was just something so special that we've missed so much.
When I first started presenting Cardiff Singer 20 years ago, the idea of Mongolian singers, we wouldn't consider the idea. No. And yet we've had 5 now at Cardiff Singer. It's such an interesting place, producing such interesting voices.
Absolutely, and it's a glorious tradition of sumptuous, golden-sounding voices. And as you said earlier, thrilling.
Verdi, Tchaikovsky, the Russian glory.
Absolutely. You know, and the stamina that you need for these pieces is immense. They are great shiners in their own right, each and every aria that he sang this evening. And he sang with passion. Sometimes I would like a little bit more investment of character from him. But, you know, it's a beautiful voice. But sometimes I think perhaps a little Mozart. Young singers all need Mozart. It's like therapy for them.
Lots more to come from you across the evening. For now, Rebecca, thank you very much.
Thank you.
What a voice to get things underway. Now, we'd love to hear from you this week, so do get in touch to let us know your thoughts on the singers and anything to do with this year's contest. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter, #Cardiff Singer. You'll find lots of exclusive content there too. So, to South America next, a continent with a rich opera tradition, but is yet to produce a winner of the main prize here in Cardiff. Will 2021 be the year to change that?
Hi, thank you for having me here. My name is Maria Brea. I am from Caracas, Venezuela, and I am a soprano. I grew up in a slum, which is like a favela, a very poor place in Venezuela, actually. My dad is a music teacher, and he made sure that we had music at home. I fell in love with opera when I was 11 because my dad brought me a CD of cantatas for a school project of Bach. Music was the thing that kept my sister and I safe and kept my family safe.
From the Venezuelan capital of Caracas to the Welsh capital of Cardiff, Maria Brea, and a song of pure joy by Charpentier to start. Louise, blissfully happy in her new life with her lover Julien in their little cottage just outside Paris. To Andalusia next, a work first staged in 1913, La Vida Breve by Manuel de Falla. The desperate Salud, abandoned by her lover Paco, she's gate-crashed his wedding, tormented and deeply hurt.
Se dispara como loco el corazón. ¡Qué trago que habré hecho yo! Pa' que así me muera, pa' que así me maten sin causa ninguna, sin pedir razón.
And to finish, Maria Brea moves from betrayal to longing in Bellini's opera set against a backdrop of the English Civil War. Elvira desperately misses Arturo, who disappeared on the day of their wedding. 30-year-old Venezuelan Maria Brea, graduate from the prestigious Juilliard School of Music in New York, performing with the Welsh National Opera Orchestra, leader David Adams and conductor Michael Christie. Rebecca Evans is with us, and what a range of characters we covered there, from joyous happiness to rage to disconsolate despair.
Yeah, absolutely. We covered everything, and you would have been absolutely rocking and rolling in the aisles at that top E flat at the end of the Puritani aria. Gorgeous.
It is worth saying how strange it is for these singers to be out there singing to no audience.
I know, it almost feels like a rehearsal situation for them, but of course it isn't. This is the Cardiff Singer of the World, and you know, whether you're 6 in the audience or 6,000, you have to deliver, and they are delivering.
There was something wonderfully mature about her characterizations, I think.
Very much indeed, and she immersed herself in each characterization so completely and utterly, and you know, gave us everything that she possibly could. She told the story of each piece.
Rebecca, for now, thank you very much.
Thank you,
indeed.
Patrick.
Maria is one of 16 singers competing here in Cardiff this week, including 2 from countries new to the competition, Madagascar and the Republic of Kosovo. If you want to find out more about all the singers, do take a look at our website, bbc.co.uk/Cardiff Singer. Lots more to discover there too, including details about the Song Prize taking place over at the Royal Welsh College of Music and Drama, and coverage of the whole competition available there for audiences around the world. Perhaps you're watching in Shanghai or Beijing and preparing to cheer on our next singer, a Chinese tenor currently living and working in Italy.
Hello everyone, my name is Chuan Wang. I'm a tenor from China. Adesso vivo in Italia già per 8 anni, quindi preferisco di parlare italiano in questa intervista. Amo mangiare il cibo, amo anche il calcio, perché ero anche un giocatore di calcio. Mi sento molto onore di essere l'unico tenore in questo concorso, quindi per me è stato veramente una fortuna di essere qua.
A Chinese tenor speaking to us in Italian, the only tenor in the competition this year, a real tour de force to starters. Chuan Wang takes on the role of Lindoro, a captured Italian slave held in Algiers, where he dreams of his beloved Isabella, who is far away.
forse verrà, ma non lo spero ancor. Languir per luna bella e stare lontan, lontan da quella nel più crudel tormento che provare possa un cor. Forse verrà il momento, ma non lo spero ancor. Forse verrà il momento, forse verrà il momento, ma non lo spero ancor. No, no, no. Contenta quest'alma in mezzo alle pene, sol trova la calma pensando a suo bene, che sempre costante si serba in amor. Che sempre costante si serva in amor. Contenta quest'alma in mezzo alle pene, sol trova la calma pensando a suo bene, che sempre costante si serba in amor, che sempre costante si serba in amor. Si serba in amor, che sempre costante si serba in amor. Si serba in amor, che sempre costante si serba in amor. Si serba in amor, che sempre costante si serba in amor. Si serba in amor, si serba in amor, si serba in amor, si serba in amor, si serba in amor.
John Wang singing two Italian arias tonight. Next on it's Don Pasquale, and having been disinherited by his uncle, the troubled Ernesto, plans to leave his old life behind.
contrada i giorni crami a trascinar si cercherò lontana terra dove gemer sconosciuto, ma vivrò col cuore in guerra deplorando il ben perduto, deplorando il ben perduto. Ma ne sorti a me nemica, ne frapposti moti amarti potranno, dolce amica, del mio cuore cancellar, non ti potranno dal mio cuore cancellar, non ti potranno, dolce amica, dal mio cuore cancellar, dal mio cuore cancellar. E se fia che ad altro getto tu rivolga un giorno il cuore, se mai fia che un nuovo affetto splenda i teneti corridore, no te mai che ui felice te spergiura così al ciel, se tu sei mio felice, sarà pago il tuo feder, sarà pago il tuo feder, sarà pago il tuo feder, se tu sei per mio felice, sarà pago il tuo feder, si sarà pago il tuo feder, il tuo feder, il tuo
Well, that would normally have brought deafening applause here in St David's Hall, and it will be very strange not having huge cheers at the end of Chun Wang's final choice. Count the number of high Cs, up to 9 of them in À mes amis from Donizetti's La Fille du Régiment.
À mes amis, quel jour de fête, je vais marcher sous votre drapeau. À mes amis, quel jour de fête, je vais marcher sous votre drapeau. L'amour qui m'a tourné la tête, désormais, m'en entendeur. Oh, ah, que bonheur! Oui, mes amis, je vais marcher sous votre drapeau, je vais marcher sous votre drapeau. Oui, seul pour qui je respire, à mes vers daigner sourire, ne ce doux espoir de bonheur trouble ma raison et mon cœur. À mes amis, que jour de fête, je vais marcher sous votre drapeau. À mes amis, que jour de fête, je vais marcher sous mon drapeau. Je vais marcher sous mon drapeau, je vais marcher. À mes amis, je vais marcher sous votre drapeau.
Staking his claim for a place in the final of Cardiff Singer of the World 2021, 32-year-old Chinese tenor Chun Wang, performing with the Welsh National Opera Orchestra. The only tenor in competition this year, Rebecca Evans-Juan Diego Flores, who made that something of a calling card, once said that tenors shouldn't worry too much about those 9 top notes. You just have to let them go and see what happens. he had such confidence, didn't he?
Absolutely, but you know when you get up in the morning, if you can do it, this boy can certainly do it and does it so, so well. And thank goodness he's here in this competition this year.
And it was such a tour de force, each of his choices. I mean, he wasn't putting a bit of light and shade in. I'll kind of coast on that one because I know what's coming. They were all out there arias.
Absolutely, you know, it is a beautiful bel canto fest for us this evening, and he was so competent and enjoyed every piece. And, you know, he so came to life in the last piece.
We heard him talking in Italian earlier on. He's singing Ernest and Don Pasquale in Parma later on this year. He's completely comfortable in the language and in the Italian opera tradition.
Absolutely, but you know, he was as comfortable singing in French. And I'd love to hear what else he can do, you know. Sing us some German. Let's hear something else, some other colours that you can introduce into your voice.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you.
Chan Wang follows in the footsteps of another Chinese tenor, Ming Jie Lei, who competed here last time and was a very popular winner of the Song Prize. Chang will have to wait a little while longer to see if he has won over tonight's jury with that performance. Just one more singer to hear in this first round of BBC Cardiff Singer of the World 2021. She comes from Georgia.
Kamarjoba, my name is Natalia Kutateladze. I'm 29 years old. I'm a mezzo-soprano and I come from country of Georgia. I always feel like artists in general are ambassadors of their countries. So the way you act, the way you talk, the way you live, it's like you're a face of your country. Unfortunately, mezzos get to sing always like crazy women's roles. At some point, I always try to find some connection, you know, with the character.
Natalia Kutateladze opens her programme with music by Saint-Saëns, the biblical story of Samson and Delilah. Delilah plans to seduce Samson and stop his revolts against the Philistines. And Natalia takes on a trouser role next, female voice playing a male character, Sesto in Mozart's La Clemenza di Tito, finally accepting blame for the attempted assassination of the emperor. And the complicated love triangle to finish for Natalia. She sings another tortured soul in Donizetti's La Favorita. Leonora full of love for Fernando, but dreading the moment of shame when he finds out that she has been the king's mistress. 29-year-old mezzo-soprano Natalia Kutateladze from Georgia, completing her programme here at St David's Hall, singing Donizetti, accompanied by the Welsh National Opera Orchestra, conducted by Michael Christie. And for her very valued opinions, straight away to Rebecca Evans. Natalia talked there about wanting to find a connection with each of her characters. Do you think she did that?
I certainly think she did. I thought she was totally captivating right from the beginning, from the first note that she sang to the very end. Beautiful, warm, melted chocolate quality, and really, really competent in all styles.
That Donizetti requires a glorious legato, doesn't it, to carry it, and it's absolutely there.
You know, it is a legato to die for, and, you know, I always say legato is king, and she really nailed it.
First bit of Mozart in the competition. We're getting 7 Mozart arias in total over the next few nights. It is a brilliant thing to bring to a competition.
It absolutely is, because it has everything to offer, and it's what young voices should be singing, and particularly this aria. You know, it's glorious from the first note to the last.
I know everyone will agree. It's been great having you with us this evening. We can't let you go without asking for a prediction. Who would your winner be if you were on the Cardiff Singer jury?
Well, I'm glad I'm not on the jury this evening, I have to say that, and I don't envy their decision at all. But for me, this evening, my winner would be Natalia.
Rebecca Evans, thank you very much for being with us here at
Thank
St
you very
David's
much
Hall
for having
tonight.
me.
Yes, it's been lovely to have Rebecca with us this evening. A busy week for her. She's part of Radio 3's presenting team with Ian Burnside, covering this year's Song Prize. Coverage starts on Tuesday lunchtime, also available on the Cardiff Singer website. Now, do you agree with Rebecca's choice of winner tonight? Later in the week, you'll have a chance to cast your vote in the Dame Joan Sutherland Audience Prize. News on that in Wednesday's programme. Will it be someone from round 1? Here's a quick reminder of all 4 singers.
Anchbayar Enkbolt from Mongolia. Soprano Maria Brea from Venezuela. Representing China, Chuan Wang. Mezzo-soprano Natalia Kutateladze from Georgia. Some outstanding performances tonight, I am sure you will agree. All 4 singers hoping that they've done enough to claim a place in Saturday night's final. To tell us who was triumphant this evening, I'm delighted to say I'm joined by the chair of the jury in this 2021 competition, Aidan Lang, General Director of Welsh National Opera. Great to see your orchestra back playing live.
It's wonderful to see them and experience their versatility as they move from one genre to the next. And also, great thanks to Michael Christie. You know, seeing him with us for the first time was a great pleasure.
Easy choice for the jury tonight?
Well, when you have 4 such wonderful voices, it's never easy. But in the end, we made our decision, and the winner of this round, we went to Georgia, and the winner is Natalia Kutateladze.
Natalia, pick up your trophy. Congratulations!
I'm a little bit shocked, but I'm thankful. And I'm proud of all these people around us because they did a great job. Because the environment that this competition has, it's such a big support and encouragement. Even from this little amount of audience, you could feel this support. And I'm really thankful, really thankful. Thank you very much. And thank you for my incredible colleagues.
Absolutely, and thank you. We look forward to seeing you representing Georgia in the final, Petra.
Thank you.
So, Natalia Kutateladze, the first to claim their place in the final. Who will join them there? Our coverage continues throughout the week. We will be back on BBC Two Wales at 7:30 tomorrow night and on BBC Four at the later time of 10 o'clock, or, of course, at your convenience on BBC iPlayer. Much to look forward to tomorrow. Singers from Denmark, South Korea, South Africa and Wales. Will Wales score a clear victory this time? Join us back here tomorrow night at St David's Hall. For now, from Cardiff, good night, Nostar.